Paradox Interactive over the past 20 plus years has developed and published various video games. Today I want to go into the Paradox Interactive games on sale during the Steam Winter Sale, which ones you should pick up, and my personal thoughts on their current development. If you're new to Paradox games, one common complaint they receive is that they make too many DLCs and it's too expensive. For example, EU4 with all its DLCs, unit packs, and etc. will cost significantly more than any normal game. $300+ when not on sale. However, Paradox has a good tendency on putting their games on sale multiple times across the year and following certain sales that websites like Steam put on. This means that right now you can get games like EU4 75 or more % off. So if you're interested in playing these games, is it worth it picking them up now, and are the base games decent on their own? Well, I don't think a game like EU4 or Crusader Kings 3 is worth the full price without any DLC on its own, $40, $50, $60. I do think the games on sale are a great buy. Even though you are missing out on certain development when buying the base game alone, you do get significant updates over the game's development. For example, whenever EU4 is updated, there is a free expansion and there's also a paid expansion. So you do get all of that in the base game when you purchase the base game today. I do think base game EU4, even without the DLCs, is a fun experience. There's a lot of depth and flavor, and as someone just interested into dipping their toes into the game, it's a great way to learn, and there's no better time than to buy it during a sale. Other games which are newer and have less DLCs or no DLCs, like CK3 or Victoria 3, are great pickups on this sale. Even though these games are obviously more expensive and are discounted less, they're still really fun to play, and I'd recommend getting them if you're interested in a more modern or different take. It's important to note that every Paradox game is very different, so when you're buying one, don't expect the others to be similar. Crusader Kings deals with the medieval era, and you're playing an individual character. EU4 deals with colonization, expansion, and war, and you're playing a country. Vic 3 and Vic 2 focus on economy and colonization as well, while Hoi 4 is purely a war simulator. And then a game like Stellaris is far out there and is a 4X space building game, which is very different from the other games. And with certain other games, Paradox just published, and while they're included on their library on Steam, they are games that Paradox just works with the developers to create. These would include games like City Skylines or even the original Mountain Blade. So do your research before buying a Paradox game, but know that they're all very fun and different in their own unique ways. If you just want to dip your toes into Paradox games and are unsure if you'll like it, I would start playing Crusader Kings 2. That game is actually free all the time. So if you do like it, and because there's a winter sale going on, you can actually buy the DLCs significantly discounted right now, especially since they're older. CK2 was my first Paradox game, and it's a great introduction to how Paradox operates, the complexity of their games, and why you should play other Paradox games. Other games that I would recommend depending on your niche could be EU4 or Hoi 4. The base games are really fun, and mods significantly enhance the experience. Another major positive of Paradox games is if you know a friend who wants you to play EU4, for example, if they have the DLCs and they're hosting a multiplayer game, you get access to all the DLCs. So if you don't know which ones you want to pick up, you can play the game with all the DLCs with your friend and see how if you need certain features or don't need other features, and you can learn through playing. There are tier lists online over which DLCs are best to pick up for certain games. So if you want to buy the base game plus certain few specific important DLCs, you can get them now when they're significantly discounted. The Paradox DLC model can seem concerning from the outside looking in, but knowing that certain games that you really love get 10+ years of development, love, and flavor is a really nice bonus. And when you think about it, if you're consistently playing these games and you have to buy 1 to 2 DLC every year, which is $20 to $40, that's not much more or even less than certain games that publish a game once every other year or once every year. So I would say now would be the time if you've been interested in buying certain DLCs or even starting Paradox games because they're so on sale. I've had fun with most Paradox games, and while I have my preferences, I think it's really up to you to watch YouTube videos and play the games yourself to learn which games you like. But the Steam Winter Sale is a great time to get invested in the games. Sincerely, Warner Productions.